Welcome to Courage on the Rocks, a space where stories flow like a good glass of whiskey. We're two best friends pulling back the curtain on all the conversations that usually happen behind closed doors.
From grief and love to dating, friendship, motherhood, and all the chaos of life in your 30s. We're diving into it all with honesty, humor, and a splash of courage.
This podcast is about real stories, ours, yours, and the incredible people we'll meet along the way. Whether you're here for inspiration, a fresh perspective, or just to hear from someone who gets it, we're glad you're with us.
So grab your favorite drink, hit play, and join us as we navigate the highs, the lows, and everything in between, one episode at a time.
What does that look like what is that?
What?
That's not like
It's not a bong.
A bong?
No, that is an olive oil and vinegar decanter.
They need to make that look differently.
You go to Italy and tell them that.
When did you get that in Italy? Because it's sure didn't come in our bag. Because there was no room.
No, it's made in Italy.
Oh, Italy. You got it wrong. Because here in America, that looks like a bong. Okay. I'm kidding. Wow. Judge me.
No, not at all.
I feel judged.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it looks like a bong. It does. It does with the two-pronged things. I get it.
No, it does. That's really cute.
Thank you. You do too. Your overalls. Farmer Mariah over there.
Cute. And they'll get my hoe. No.
No hoes around here.
We're mothers now.
Yes.
We were never hoes. Should be very clear now.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Not lately.
Never.
Never. Maybe when we were 21.
Never.
No. Okay. Never goes. Cheers to another episode.
Of Courage on the Rocks. Welcome.
I have ice water. You have?
That's true. Because she smelled my Olipop grape juice soda and did that. I was like, no, not for me.
That is you. We were going through the Olipop stuff. But she liked that one a lot.
I like that one the most. It's literally like grape juice in here. Yeah. Why did you have a weird reaction when you smelled that, by the way?
I don't like grape.
Well, yeah. It's also trying to get the point. You're pregnant. And
Yeah,
so
oh yeah.
You're mindful.
Yeah. Reminder, I'm pregnant, scent, smell, everything. Just,
Yeah. Life update. How's that going?
Right. Here's our life update number 2. Going great. Things are getting a little tighter clothes-wise.
Yeah, still look great.
Yeah. Still fitting. Yeah. But yeah, comfortable.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough about her pregnancy because we're not going to talk about anymore.
We're done with that.
This episode.
Moving on.
We're
It's
talking
all about Mariah now. Based on our last episode, right?
It was too much lean on that.
Too much.
We were Mariah.
That's why there's wine bottles here now.
This is so bad. But we are talking.
We are actually.
We are going to talk about my trip.
Yeah. Your week-long, well-deserved,
Thank you.
well-deserved break. Yeah. Where'd you go? Tell us from the beginning. Gosh.
Leo, Parker, and I decided to take a week-long trip to Oregon. Yes, the inspiration was because he really wanted to see Crater Lake. Parker did before they shut it down for like 3 years.
Maintenance.
So yeah, for maintenance. Yes, it's the last. I think summer you can actually go and see Crater Lake, hike it, visit Crater Lake, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what inspired it. And then we were trying to figure out, do we want to take like a van, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rent a van. I don't think I'm saying it.
Camper van.
A camper van, not a creepy van. A camper van.
Camper van.
Rent a creepy van.
Right, the white one's the door.
Grab somebody.
Growing things in the back.
No, we were gonna rent a camper van because we like outdoors a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that'd be amazing just to go around for a weekend now, right? And visit all these amazing spots. I am so glad that we did not do that. And this lovely woman over here inspired us. She's like, well, so her family goes to Sun River every single year.
Every summer.
randomly, as we were like trying to figure out camper van, no camper van, there's nowhere, like where do we want to like stay, hotel, whatever. I was laying in bed like, I swear 10 o'clock at night, I was like, Sun River. I think Sun River's in Oregon. And so the next day we were randomly driving and I was like, Lana, where is Sun River? Because apparently I couldn't Google anything.
Well, geography is never your
No,
thing.
geography is not my thing.
Yeah.
That's a different episode. We'll save that for later.
Right.
And she's like, oh, it's in Oregon. And I was like, let's stay there, partner. Yeah. So I guess let's go back to a little bit more at the beginning. We needed a break.
Yeah.
So
We did 3 weeks of intense work, summer BSA.
Yeah.
And then that Friday, I was like, I'm done. We're done. We were tapped out, yeah.
So Bobby had summer STEM, as I used to said, and it's 6 weeks, but we break it into 3. Two groups of 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
3 weeks, and then we put a week-long break, and then another 3 weeks, but it's been so intense.
Yeah.
And so every single team member gets a full week-long break. And so Leon and I took 2 very different types of vacations.
Yeah.
I went to Oregon. She stayed home.
Yeah, I did. I rested a lot because also I was pregnant, so I needed to sleep in. I did a little bit of nesting. Got our baby's nursery room organized. Got new floors in there. My amazing Tim the Builder dad.
Is that his name, by the way?
That's what Chris is calling him. Instead of Bob the Builder.
Oh yeah, but his name is Tim.
His name is Tim.
I think it was Tim the Builder.
Yeah, Tim the Builder. Yeah. No, he created this beautiful. I sent a picture to my dad, and I do this quite often. Where like, is this possible? And I sent him a picture of the bar, and I'm like, is this possible? So the same thing for the nursery. I'm like, can we do this to the closet? And he's like, and within a week, it was like built up and brought over to our place, and I was just like, so we were getting that ready. A relaxing walking dog, taking care of your oh so lovely puppy, just the light of my life.
Light of everybody's life. He is.
Just if you want a very challenging, hard, pee and poop everywhere, puppy,
energy
spasm.
You can't even hold him because
and then just worrying about its health. Get a French bulldog.
A fluffy French bulldog. The fluffy part just makes it so worth it.
That's literally his saving grace is his ears and his
he's
soft.
So
he's just
giant.
Yeah.
You know.
And like I don't think he's been growing into them because it's just that big. He is cute, but it was a lot of work.
But like you gotta be really cute if someone else wants to wipe your own butt.
I literally texted her. I was like, I think we're crossing a line when I'm wiping your dog's butt. She's like, I love you.
Yeah, there's like a violation there. So like, for anyone who's ever had to do that, like when I first had to do that for Thor, I was like, I regret you so much. Like, why? This was not part of what I signed up for. Was wiping your butt. You did not come out of me. You don't trust me to be wiping your butt.
That's what I was like. I did not adopt you. Why am I wiping your butt?
Okay, it's on occasion. It's
on
not
occasion,
often, but I
love of my life, Chris took 99% care of that dog. And it was, so that's what we did, and then we got the house ready for our gender reveal party and celebration and other events afterwards. So my break off was much needed reset. And,
I feel like that is the version that I would do every year for summer.
Yeah.
This was the first time that I actually went away for like a big vacation during summer, but also I think like I haven't really done a vacation like that in like
not even with
I feel like
Leo.
it was like I feel like it was my first adult vacation like in general, like as a mom and stuff. Because like we went to Hawaii, that didn't count. Okay,
we went to Italy.
Was amazing.
Yeah,
that obviously was an adult vacation because there's wasn't a kid there.
Yeah.
But like as a mom and like thinking of like family vacations, I'm like, oh, this was the first real one.
Yeah, and like having it all, I think the like packing up the car, like that unit and that partner and that dog and the kid and all your stuff, you know, and like
it was
the things that like my parents did when we were growing up, packing up the car and driving and taking a road trip.
I like because as you're a kid, you go on these road trips and you're like you're so oblivious to everything.
Oh my god,
the cost to it, the stress that your parents are going through, all of
the
it,
time and everything.
Oh my god! And I was like, as I was doing it, I was like, I wonder if I'm going to enjoy this for what it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
Or is it going to be just as exhausting or more, trying to arrange everything and do it and have the experience, you know?
But I think that's the sacrifices parents go through. You know, like when you're having kids, you have, because when I suggested Sun River and stuff, I advocated for that place because I have so many core memories of having spent summers there and doing all these wonderful things, and it's a great family, animal friendly place, and I just loved it.
Yeah, it was new for me because even growing up, like I don't really remember going for like, we never took like a week-long vacation. We never took this big like, I mean, I was basically raised by my dad, who was he wasn't single ever, but he was a single dad.
Yeah.
And so like we would go up to like I know our cabin for 3 days, like, but like it was never this trip, this thing, and it didn't feel like super family oriented sometimes.
Yeah.
Whereas like you grew up with this distinct memory of always going to Sun River.
Oh yeah, it's like a core everything we did.
Yeah.
Every summer, it was kind of our thing. But like along with that, it's like we would go to Oregon, spend a week at Sun River, love the place, you know, enjoy it, and then the following week we would drive all the way up to Washington and got to spend time with cousins and aunts and stuff. So like it was 2.5 weeks of like just road trip and family and bonding, and then driving back down. It was a lot, and I do know like my siblings and I, there was some portion of it where we were stressed out or nitpicky towards the end, where we were just like, you know, we're girls and exhausted. And just wanting to be home. But like, if I was going to remember summer vacations, it was always that. It was always like going to Oregon, going to Washington, coming back.
Yeah. Also, her parents are educators, so they did get summers off. So like it was always like a summer thing where I think that in a way that's a privilege, because most people don't get summers off, right?
Yeah.
So then you have to like make sure to pull that week or 2 weeks of vacation for work.
Yeah.
Just
double checking she was recording.
For work, so like there's a difference, right? And like for me, like I think back of like, I know my dad tried, but there were all these other constraints that we were experiencing. Whereas like I think it's amazing that you got these core memories, and it was every year, and like for me to then like listen to your advice and be like, okay, I think I'm gonna go to Sun River, and for us to go to Sun River and experience what we experienced, it made me want to give that to Leo every year. Right.
Well, also, you know, you and I were talking about, it was definitely a privilege what my parents were able to give to us, but also it's what they chose in their career path. It's what they worked so hard for. It's what they knew that they wanted the summers. They knew, my mom was always known she wanted to be a teacher. My dad's always been great working with high school kids, and like they just gravitated towards this career, and they just built their life around that, and they worked really hard to earn their summer break. And that's what we're working for. We're working really hard in our career. We're being very intentional with our income, with our growth, with our lifestyles, so that we can provide them these kind of experiences.
Yeah, I agree. I think a lot of it is choice, right? But I think there's like, we're straying off topic a little bit. We'll get back to the vacation. But like, there's a point where like choice, the type of choices we get to make don't really happen until you get to a certain place.
Absolutely.
Right? Again, you need to make choices along that way. And so, but part of this conversation and part of the thing that like I left Sun River with is like the knowledge of choice. Like, one, I mean, you're like excited, so like, I know you're having a baby, and I was like, oh my god, like every summer we can take our little families to Sun River, right? We can book the big houses now because it's not just one income, it's two family houses.
Two families going,
right? Because Parker and I stayed in a beautiful condo, by the way, that was, she recommended a property management group. I googled it, and like it was a great price for the condo. Like it was just, and it was right there in Sun River Village, and it was amazing.
And they're a family-owned property right there in the village.
We were with like other vacationers. It was people who like also live there, and so we're gonna paint a picture of Sun River because it's like paint picture worthy. It's
Yeah.
picture
No, it is, and it's the
Yeah.
one place where my dad was talking about it as well. It's the one place he found where it's not like anything else that he has been able to find for family
Yeah.
and friends and animals and like
No.
an excluded place away from California.
It is its own thing.
Yeah.
And like I was like trying to like think of like where in California do we have something like this? Or even something like Bend.
Mhm.
Right? Those are so distinct
mhm.
experiences, and like there's nothing here. Like Tahoe's cool, right? Monterey's cool.
Yeah.
Not the same.
Not the same at all.
Yeah, it was really crazy.
So there's like this one main freeway that leads up to Oregon. And when you get there, there's like all these little tiny towns. And then there's like a little bit kind of bigger one. It's called Sun River. And it's about 20-30 minutes south of Bend.
Yeah.
And it's just a massive resort style. It's resort, but it's not bougie resort. It's not in your face.
Not in the way you think of bougie.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
not like
actual
Prada
resort,
or
you
Louis
need,
Vuitton.
Like, you need money
Yeah.
on that resort to stay there.
Yeah.
We would have spent double just to have a place to sleep.
Yeah.
Right. But while you're there, you're basically on the resort the whole time,
Yeah.
which I thought was insane.
Yeah.
So you're getting the resort experience without paying for the resort.
Yeah.
If you choose to live off resort.
Yeah.
You know, stay off
There's like
resort.
houses and cabins and condos and
Yeah.
apartments and timeshares and the actual Sun River Resort that owns
Yeah.
one of the properties there. But it's so rooted in nature and small town vibe.
Yeah,
And I love that. I never appreciated till I grew up as an adult, like going back as an adult, just like the quiet and the tranquility and like the closeness of greenery around.
Oh, it's crazy. So she was talking about like, all these like different housing areas and blah blah blah. But it's nothing that we're used to here.
Yeah.
Right. So the entire place, the entire village, city area, as my husband named the village, right? It just has, I feel like, hundreds of bike paths
Yeah.
that run through the entire thing. There are more bike paths than there are roads. And
Yes,
more,
and they were very intentional with that.
Yeah,
too.
it's
When building,
insane.
you can see it.
Yeah, everyone has bikes. You're weird if you're not on your bike, right? Like
Yeah.
there are bikes everywhere. But like in order to get to somewhere, you have to like you usually bike, right?
Mhm.
And so like you're biking all across town.
Yeah.
I can't even. I'm not even describing it in the way it needs to be described. It's like imagine lush green fields and nature, and then you plop in houses around each other,
Yeah,
but not
space.
even close to each other.
Yeah, the
There's
space.
enough space where everyone gets their own beautiful natural
Yeah.
little area.
And it's not fenced in either. That's
No.
one of the beautiful
There's
things. Is like
nothing
no
fenced.
houses is really fenced in. It's
Yeah.
all just kind of. When they were building the place, I know I was doing some research about it. They were very intentional on making sure colors and nature was still part of it. Very
Yeah.
intentional on going certain pathways that follow along with
Yeah.
nature and
And there's natural reserves everywhere.
Yes.
Like it's just crazy. And then you have the beautiful, massive Sun River that goes through the whole thing, and then bike paths where you can like bike the whole town. See these gorgeous sunsets. People are just paddleboarding or using floaties down the river. Most peaceful place I have ever been to.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
like for your first time experience, staying near the village
Yeah.
was such a good idea.
Oh, I would do it again. Like we walked in, and, like the condo was gorgeous. It was gorgeous, and we stayed for 4 nights, 5 days, and only paid $900.
That's
Like,
amazing.
isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Right? And then we're right there in town, and so like we literally just walked 1 minute. Got an extra like a bike carrier, the one for the kids. Like you
Yeah.
put on the back of the bike. The condo came with 2 bikes. We already had it, so we can like go and wake up in the morning. 1 minute walk, to this beautiful coffee shop,
Yeah.
grab a coffee and a tea, hop on the bikes, do a morning bike ride, right? They had everything from like shops and
Ice
ice
cream
cream,
shop.
and which was like the size of my face. I was
They're
floored.
generous with it.
Yeah, I was too generous. I'm like, dude, I cannot eat this much. It's crazy,
Yeah.
right? But then like right in the center, there's like mini golfing, and there's bumper cars, and there's kids jump houses and rock climbing, and they even had like a dog spa that we took Parker's dog to, and she looked phenomenal. Like she came out, she was like a supermodel dog.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, but it had everything you needed in restaurants.
Yeah, and it still has this cute. I think it gives that Hallmark small town vibe.
Oh,
That's
it's
like,
the type of place they make movies on.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and I love it because they're also really good about it being family friendly, family oriented. They have shark. I mean, and if you have, as our kids grow up, that's going to be a fun place. As they get, bigger, and like beautiful water slides and lazy rivers and basketball court and food, and like it's just everything you can let your kid go and enjoy the afternoon.
Yeah, it was really cool taking Leo to Shark. It's this big water park, and it was really just lovely to see Leo because we're not around water a whole bunch. He doesn't know how to swim yet, but he was like really just embracing the experience with us
and seeing other kids participate.
Seeing other kids do it, but he was still just like 1 year off. I was like slightly too short to do any of the really cool stuff that I wanted to do with him. And so I'm excited to go back. Like I want to go back next year. I want to go back already. I want to go back in the season, right?
The winter season's so good too.
Yeah, the withdrawal of leaving this place has been really, really hard on us. Actually.
Even the town Sun River is beautiful and great, and then like 20 minutes away there's just so many other really cool conservatory, volcanoes, like other things you can do.
I've never seen more volcanoes in my life. I swear. There's volcanoes everywhere. Crater Lake was a volcano. Right? Which, okay, hold on, we missed this part. Go see Crater Lake. That was unbelievably gorgeous. Like, you don't need to spend a whole day there, but you can literally, like, drive you need to go up next and you tell me you're, like, gonna get a pow-pow.
Okay.
Like, it's on the way up. And it is so gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. Like, you need to see it.
Okay.
Anyways, that was a volcano. There's volcanoes. I swear there's like 30 over there. Like it's absurd.
Really cool. There's also little tiny lakes. Last time my family and I went, we ventured out and got to different lakes and took the dogs on different hikes. And there's waterfalls, beautiful waterfalls out there as well. They have everything. And then they also, like, if you go up 20, 30 minutes, you go to Bend, which is also really nice, larger town, but it's so clean. It's
okay. I'm obsessed with Bend. I want to move to Bend. I want to live in Bend.
You get
I want to spend my weekend. No, I want to.
You want to live in Bend.
Right. I want to be able to walk out and just paddleboard down that river every single weekend. Right. You can go snowboarding, right? You don't. I don't feel like you're quite a little. Are you moving to Bend with me?
I'm somewhere in between Sun River and Bend, one or the other.
Okay, we can work with that.
Somewhere. But yeah, no, I agree. I've been going to Sun River since I was little, so I've seen Bend go from like this little tiny nothing into this beautiful resort. Like it takes Sun River to a whole different level.
Okay, it's like the bougie.
It is, but it doesn't have the amount of bike paths and all those things. But it's city life. It's their small.
That's what I liked about it. Was like you have these gorgeous, massive parks that you don't get anywhere. Like I don't know anywhere in California that is going to be to offer.
Why do we live in California?
There's a whole conversation. But that's what I left with was like, why do we like you go experience Bend, you experience Sun River. It's the most like peaceful experience that I've had in my entire life probably. My skin has cleared up so much besides this one piece that I got when I came back to California.
No canker sores either?
Yeah, no canker sores.
Oh, look at that.
My skin is finally clearing up. Like I'm just like the quality of air is delicious over there.
Yeah. What happens when you have trees everywhere?
Yes, and then you slowly start to drive back into California and it gets uglier and nastier and your head starts to hurt and it's harder to breathe and it smells grosser and it gets drier and there's no trees anywhere and the restaurant stops are uglier. The food's not as good. Like it just goes downhill. And then you're like, why do we choose to live here? Right? In Central California, where it's 114 degrees in the summer. Right? We have 2 seasons.
We don't get 4 seasons.
Right? 2 seasons. 2
seasons, that's it.
And if we want to go somewhere to do the hobbies that we like, it's like a 2-hour drive.
And it's so expensive.
And Well, okay, no, but like Central Valley is not expensive, which is why.
I know that's why you go out. You
Yeah.
go up to Tahoe or go out to the coastal and that
Yeah.
costs an arm and a leg. So
Yeah.
yeah, beautiful. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I also like that you got to experience like that unit of your core unit going up there and experiencing and like taking that time, because you and I had this conversation as well, being really intentional on when we're going through this hard, like work is really challenging, life is really like it's just messy and there's a lot going on, and not that it's not supposed to, because life is supposed to be messy and things going on, but also like being intentional and taking a step back and self-care and mental health and just like taking care of yourself, re-grounding ourselves.
Regrounding.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we are very good at finding those times to ground ourselves and to take care of our mental health, right?
Yeah.
Self-care. But now that like in summer with our jobs, we lost that. And so like we don't get to rock climb, we don't get to I don't get a box, like we don't have that time anymore, that downtime. And so that's why we needed that week was okay, we need to focus, because we are now stepping in as of tomorrow a much more gruesome 3 weeks than the previous, and hoping that we like rejuvenated ourselves enough, build our cups up just enough so they don't go dry.
Yeah, exactly. And I think this summer I was not prepared for that change, because I chose my career for many reasons, but also I knew like I got my summers and I got to take a time off kind of situation, also me being pregnant. I was like able to walk away from career wise and reset things, and the fact that like I wasn't able to do that because I chose this path as well. I chose also to be working with you in this, and I love it. I do like love working with you and learning about it, and now I'm more empathetic in the future summers of like the shit that she's gonna go through. Like I will take Leo and we will go Leo and my child and I will go and have some time for summer break and stuff. But now like it's just really intentional of like taking that break and like walking away and realizing that you just need that time.
And I think not everyone gets the luxury of like, I'm gonna go to Bend, Oregon, Sun River for a week and just, ignore life, right? Or just embrace it, right? That took money, and it took
things that you work
had to
for.
step away, but like choosing to have a specific day, like just take one day that you're focused on just self-care and like filling your cup up, right? Just like being intentional and bringing it back into your life. Sometimes you don't get a day, sometimes you get an hour, right? Like, but to still choose to do it, and not feel guilty about it.
Yeah, exactly. Like knowing that like this is what's best for you, and this is what's best for Leo, and like, what's best for your family, and it's what's best for the next few weeks. Like you need that time and clarity and being able to ground yourself back in life and nature and like walking away from it.
That's great. So if you're going to take anything out of today's episode, it's to think about where you're at in life right now, how you're feeling right now. Just tap into yourself and what you have coming up this week. And kind of assess, like, ask yourself what you need. And then find time in your schedule to do that. Maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's 3 hours, maybe you ask someone to watch your kids for a couple hours so you can have time. Right? But check in with yourself.
It's so worth it.
As well.
But before we end, oh my gosh, if you're wondering what's in front of us, the world's cutest things, you tell. Sun River again.
So again, Sun River, they had all these cute shops. Before we left, Leona's like, Sun River has this really cute store that has matching outfits for like mom and dad or mom and son. And I'm walking around Sun River, and I tell Parker, I'm like, hey, like, she said there was this really cute store. I know she was talking about Leo and I, but like I low-key felt like you were hinting for you and baby. And I was like, I need to find this store. Because I wasn't going to get anything for Leo and I, unless there was something that was really good. But I was going for you. I was trying to find it for you. Because I knew gender. Right? I was like,
that's right.
I was like, oh my god, what if I could get like a cute little dress fit, that they're matching. They didn't have it. That's all I'm going to say. So I was like, she was watching my crazy dog, my insane dog for a whole week.
Yeah.
I need to thank her. And Chris.
Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
I know. Thank you. And so we went to all the stores, and there's this really cool eclectic, just really.
Is it called Lola?
No, not that one.
No. But yeah, it's like,
I can't remember what it's called.
it has all these cute things.
Yes.
It was towards like the ice cream,
It
like
was
the
that.
bounce house.
No, that's
No.
where I got. Okay, you're talking about maybe it was called Handy or something.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. That's where I got that. Your beautiful card.
Oh yeah.
This one I got at the one next to Goodies.
Oh okay.
My amazing Sun River cup.
Beautiful size too.
Yeah, right.
It's like perfect size
It's
for her.
perfect. And then again, I went to all of them, and this was the last one. And so this one just had like the most random but cute, like I can't even describe it. It was just the coolest place ever. And I was like, I'm looking for something to gift a new mom for her baby. She's like about to find out the gender. They're like, oh, what's her name? And I'm like, she has no idea.
Yeah.
Can we start with a name?
Yeah.
And I was like, we could at least try. And so Leonardo's a really big book lover.
Yeah.
And so they had a whole assortment of these really, like all the fairy tale books, but it's beautiful, like just beautifully bound. And so I went ahead and just picked her 4. And they're in gold, and they're just like, I just feel so aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
And so this one is Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility, which Leona likes Jane Austen.
I do. I'm a Jane Austen girl.
So then I got her a second Jane Austen. This one is Persuasion.
Which, funny enough, that's the very first book I read and the very first movie I've seen Jane Austen production in.
Really?
Yeah, so I loved it.
And
look so cute.
They're so cute together, and then I individually wrapped them in this really cool, like fancy, wrapping paper. Parker said it was very fibrous because I wouldn't take any of our tape. And so I had to find like the stickiest tape on the earth and use that, and then I just stacked them up with a beautiful little note. This one is Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, such a good one. Which I like the name Alice.
Yeah. And then the last one is The Secret Garden. And so I gifted those to her after she found out the baby's sex. And they're just so beautiful.
Yeah.
And so that was our gift to her from Sun River.
And I'm so appreciative of it. I love the intention of it because I am a huge book. I love reading books, and these are another memories of being the young girl and reading Jane Austen books and Secret Garden stuff. So I love that I'm a girl and I get to share this with her.
Yeah.
Also, a good vibe for nursery, right?
Yeah, I think so. Especially the colors and the gold.
Yeah.
I think it's super sweet. Yeah.
Sun River did so well.
So Google the place and then take time for yourself.
Yeah, and then let us know if you go because we're gonna talk much more about it.
Or we'll just book the condo right.
Yeah, we'll book a vacation with you.
We will join you. Don't forget about us if you're lonely, right? We got you. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning into Courage on the Rocks.
Until next time, hold on to your courage and we'll see you soon. Cheers!